Hey guys, welcome back to our Big Lagoon State Park camping. So this is our second day at camp here. We wanted to go ahead and fire up the camera and show a little bit more of our camp and what we're doing here, maybe do some barbecue. And then we also want to go down to the water today. Well, we were gonna go tomorrow, but we might go today because it doesn't seem as busy here as we expected it to be, as far as the campground goes anyway. I would say the campground is maybe about 2/3 full right now, which really surprised me because I thought it was going to be completely full, especially since this is a Saturday. But Abby and I took a walk around the camp loop this morning because we wanted to look at each and every campsite. We like to take our map and make notes and circle the sites that we would prefer to book if we book again in the future. Sites that we know our Kodiak will fit on, sites that you want to be flat, like not unlevel, sites that might have more shade, 50 amp versus 30 amp, all those little particulars that you look for in a site that you kind of want when you book something. Not saying that you always get those options, but it's nice to have notes of the preferred sites first over the second sites after that, if there's only a few to pick from. So anyway, we did that, enjoyed our walk. It's definitely hot here. It's supposed to get up to about 95 or 96 today. Humidity's up there, so it's going to be hot. But you know what? We're having a good time, and we really like our camp. We like our site. We actually think that our site here is one of the best ones out of all the ones we saw. But we did find several other large sites that people with a camper like ours, or even a fifth wheel, can fit into. But some may not have as much shade, some may be really close to a neighbor, some may be on level, things like that. So I think we did really good because we feel like we're kind of isolated here. How are you liking it so far?
The camp?
Yeah.
A+, 5 stars.
Abby's loving it. She said earlier, she goes, I want us to make sure that we start doing this every year. We want to do some local state park camps.
Honestly, I'm surprised how quiet it is here.
Yeah, they probably hear the bugs chirping in the trees.
Yep, and they're loud, but I like that sound. And
you're liking your little screen tent here.
I am in love with this.
So we have found one fault so far. Tell them what it was.
Wasps are getting in.
We don't even know how they're getting in, but apparently they're crawling underneath and getting in because we've already had to shoo 2 of them out of here.
Yeah, so I don't know what the deal is, but
it's keeping the little no-see-ums and flies and gnats away from us, so we can sit in our chair in comfort. We've got our fan there, so it's hot, but it's not unbearable.
Nope.
It's nice. This is what it is. It's camping in the summertime.
And this is a good spot that is shady with where we're going to be. So, and this really helps with the shade. That's
what I was just telling them is, some sites are you have a little more sun.
Yep.
Some sites you have some trees to help give you shade, and sometimes that's there in the morning, and sometimes it's there in the evening. So in the evening, because that's west, the sun's going to come right through here, and we're going to get a little bit of sunshine up into our camp right here. But you can see during the morning hours, we have all the shade here over our canopy. But
I can't wait to show them the beach area.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because it's like you're here and it feels like you're in a forest, but the beach is right there. And
this is what Florida beaches look like when you're not on the sandy part of the beach. This is what the woods look like behind the beaches, which is right where we're at. This is a beautiful area. We're going to go down because Big Lagoon has day use areas with pavilions and picnic tables. There's a ton of them down there that people can use. That's what we used to do. We had a couple family reunions here back in the day when I was more of a teenager, and hold a lot of people. But there's beach areas. There's several beach areas. There's hiking trails here. There's a lagoon in here that you can go and kayak in. So adventurers that like to canoe and kayak, they like to come here and check it out as well.
Do you think we should get into that?
My
arms hurt already.
I'm concerned about me being such a big guy that if I fall off, I can't get back on the canoe in the middle of the water, and I have to go find shore somewhere. That's what I'm most scared of. But I would try it.
Yeah.
I would definitely try it. But I'm going to do. So we're going to do burgers today for lunch, and then we're going to do red snapper for dinner. Tomorrow we want to make chili dogs for lunch, and we're going to do smoked shrimp for dinner. And that's going to be our camp meals besides what we showed in the previous video.
Seafood extravaganza.
Yeah, we decided let's go seafood here since we're camping just a few days and we're on the Gulf Coast. It's perfect time for it. So I'm going to go ahead and get the pit barrel ready to go. We're going to cook our burgers right here. And And I'll show you what those look like. The pit barrel burgers are always just dynamite. They taste so good cooked over the charcoal like that. And then we'll show you how the grilled fish goes this evening too. We'll give you guys some beach shots once we get down there.
I'm gonna do nothing.
Abby is just, she's loving, she's doing her art, she's drawing, she's coloring, and she just loves her little screen tent. So I'm glad that we got that for her because she's really been enjoying that. All right, let's get the pit barrel fired up for our burgers, for our lunch. So what I usually do is I fill the charcoal basket, not quite full, okay, since we're just doing some burgers, not quite to the top. And then I pull out a good portion of it, maybe over half of it, and I put it in the chimney, and then we'll set that on the stove. That's how I like to get mine burned in. And then once we get all those burning nice and hot, we'll dump them on the rest of these, lower this down in the pit barrel, and give it about 10 to 15 minutes for everything to kind of warm up and settle in before we start our cook. I see people on the group pages, the barbecue pages, ask a lot of times about like different tips or tricks, you know, you can give somebody for cooking or camp cooking. And I always say this is an invaluable tool to always keep with you, is a pair of leather welding gloves. I use these for not only doing the charcoal in the grill, but when you're doing a campfire, you can literally reach in the fire and grab a log and move it around when you have leather welding gloves. So always keep a pair of leather welding gloves with you when you're doing any kind of barbecue, but especially camp cooking. Just even them out some, try to get an even layer. And then these hot ones will start burning in the rest of them there while everything gets pre-warmed and hotted up there in the pit barrel. Leather welding glove, you do this quick, controlled movements, you will not burn yourself. Just like that, unhook it. Slow controlled movements, my hand, I can feel a little warmth on the glove, but it's not burning my hand. I've thought about making this again and just putting a little heat shield on that. It's just to block the heat directly off your fingers, so that's one of my little idea tools that I want to make one day. So anyway, let's put our grate in there and our grill grate that we're going to use as a griddle top. And we want to get everything good and hot. I'm going to crack the lid so we can get plenty of airflow. And I'm going to open the bottom up, I don't know, about halfway or so. Let this thing start getting hot. Grapeseed oil. Put a little in a bowl here. A blue towel. Tongs after I wipe the grease off of them. Soak up that oil there, like that. Oil the grate.
How often do you do that? Every time?
Every cook. I do it every cook. It helps season it, but you usually end up kind of burning it off and having to wire brush it, which is what we did. But it kind of gives it your fat there to cook on. Kind of helps create that non-stick surface. You see how clean it looks there now?
Yeah, it looks...
I've wire brushed it many times, and I'm just kind of brushing it with this towel to help kind of wipe that carbon off of it. And now we're leaving a little bit of a oily surface. So I'll go ahead and soak up what's left there and do that one more time. All right, just like that. Our charcoal are getting really nice and hot, so I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on, and then let's season our burger patties now. Burger patties from Walmart. These have always proven to be really good.
And simple.
And the spatula is not very sharp, just so you know. Yeah, it's just simple to get these pre-formed patties here. Yes, you can buy the ground beef and do it yourself, but it's already pressed into the shape we need, so just go with that. Makes it easy. For seasoning, we're going to use this Fiesta Hamburger Deluxe. It's delicious. It's basically salt, pepper, garlic. All right. Just like that. Then we'll flip them over. Do the same thing on the back side. It smells so good. It's just SPG. It's really what it is. Enjoying a noontime beer. All right.
Saturday beer just hits different, doesn't it?
It does. It really does taste different. Especially that one at noon that you crack open.
Yep.
So can you smell the spices there, the seasonings?
Good.
The aromatics. It's basically SPG. Probably got a few more things in there. It's just a good seasoning. All right, let's put them on. Let's go ahead and flip them. They've been on there 10 minutes now. These are some fat burgers, babe.
Yeah, they are.
You did good.
Thank you.
They look like little meat donuts
well,
now.
When the little ones are sitting next to the big ones, you feel like it feels wimpy to get the small ones.
And you said it was only $1 more.
It was.
All right, we'll let them keep cooking there.
Thanks for making burgers.
That hamburger deluxe, that's some good stuff. You're welcome. There we go.
Yum.
They're about done. Let's go ahead and add the cheese. We're going to add our cheese. Once again, we like our craft. Double cheese, diamond pattern.
I'll get a different cheese next time.
Why? This is what we like.
Agreed. It's so good.
I like that it stays like gooey.
Yeah.
Regular cheddar cheese just sort of gives that translucent look as it gets hard. I like the way that this cheese does. I messed that one up.
The plastic cheese?
Yeah. It's good.
It's great.
All we gotta do is just give that, I don't know, half a minute to a minute, and we're gonna pull them. Yeah.
Yes.
They're ready.
No, we do not eat this in one setting.
Nope. But we're gonna cook all four.
Close.
We're gonna cook all four. And then I'm gonna have those as snacking food. Like in between meals, you take one of those burger patties and snack on it. All right, so we're gonna put these over there under our little fly mat, and then we're gonna grill our buns.
That is just cute.
You're welcome.
Well done,
That
babe.
was me. That was me. That was my idea when I saw that. What are you doing?
Buttering these buns.
I like it when you butter my bun.
I don't even know what that means, but I like it.
So butter the buns. Abby's great at doing that. And then set that on the grill right there and toast them a little bit. That completes a great camp pit barrel burger right there.
Yes, it does. If I knew like a song about buns, I would sing it, but I don't.
Oh, how we love our buttery buns. They taste so good cooked on the pit barrel.
I was not expecting a song, but there it is.
That's the best I got for you. Sorry, not my forte singing. Let's check these buns. Oh yeah, look at that.
Perfect.
Look at that.
Yes.
That's nice and toasty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes. Yeah. All right.
Let's eat.
Let's go eat our cheeseburger and get out of the sun because it's hot.
I think it's gross what you're doing.
Abby hates mayonnaise, but look, I'm looking at this. This is just a creamy cheeseburger. It's buttered and toasted, mayonnaise on that, double cheese on the burger patty. It's all you need right there. We're not even worried about ketchup, mustard, or nothing else.
I'm not going to use mayonnaise.
Abby's not a mayonnaise person. She thinks it's gross.
I do. Sorry.
There's our, I'm gonna grab this guy right here.
So your little fly thing worked absolutely perfect.
Can I get you one?
Please.
All right. Which one would you like?
That one.
There you go.
Thanks, babe.
All right. We're gonna enjoy our meal. There it is. That's what it looks like right there.
Yes.
And we already know it's gonna taste good.
Yes, it is.
And it is hot. I'm just like sweating over. I can't even see.
We're going to go in after this.
Oh, yeah. So it's our second evening here at Big Lagoon. So this is going to be our red snapper dinner.
I'm really excited. I'm sorry.
I'm excited too. So we got a red snapper here. We got our pit barrel nice and hot. We're getting ready to put the fish on. So Abby's going to go ahead and show you what we got. We'll show you what we got here. We went to Joe Patti Seafood and I bought one whole red snapper, okay, and had them dress it. And what they've done is I told them I want the fillets with skin and scales on. That's what you want when you're going to throw it on the grill there. The scales and the scales particularly help protect the meat from the direct heat whenever you're cooking. You just lay it on there and you just let it cook until the meat's done. So that's what we're going to be doing. They also included, when they dressed the snapper, the rib bones here that has all the meat. And then the backbone. They asked me, do you want the backbone? I said, yep, go ahead and give that. So the backbone still has a lot of meat there and it's delicious. So the rib, the belly section right there, that's what I'm talking about. This is the belly section. This will be for me. The backbones will be for me because Abby's not going to eat that. But it makes good snacking. But the fillets are going to be delicious and you can just fork it right off the skin whenever you eat it.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is just baste everything down with a little bit of olive oil, and then we're going to use our Fiesta lemon herb seasoning. This is delicious. We've been doing this on Bassa a lot lately. This is going to be the first time we use this on red snapper. So hopefully it's going to be good. And I know it will be because it's so good on Bassa,
yes,
right?
It will be.
All right, so let's go ahead and get this going. We're just going to go ahead and put a little bit of olive oil and everything. By the way, I have had these in the fridge, just like you see here, for the last 2 hours to kind of dry them out just a little bit. That's supposed to really help kind of brown the meat a little bit whenever you cook it in the grill. This is the first time I've tried that, and I read that in the new Aaron Franklin Smoke book. Already smelling so good. That's got the butter flavor in there too, and some parsley as well. It is just so good. Just putting a little bit extra down there to even it out, and I'm going to do the same thing with our backbones here. There we go. Let's get them on the grill. All right, so one of the things I like to do just to kind of make my job a little bit easier, I've already preheated the grill grate here. I brushed it. It's cooled down now a little bit. I like having it outside here on this little table so that we can just easily set our meat the way we want without rushing, because we have the lid of the pit barrel off of the grill.
And it's hot.
And it's really hot.
Yes.
You got the heat coming up. So, and just so you can see, there's our skin side with the scales on and our meat side. Beautiful. There's our belly section and our backbones.
How long do these cook? Roughly?
Roughly 20 minutes or so is
Okay.
what they're going to be in there. All right, let's put them in the grill. We're running about 300 degrees right now on the top. You see what I mean here? Just so easy to take the whole grill rack, the grate, just set it right there in there. All right. Close it up. I'm going to open the vent up just a little bit, about a quarter on the bottom. I'm going to start a timer because I like knowing how long the food's been in there without having to fiddle with my phone and look at my watch and everything. That tells me how long it's been cooking.
How have you felt about this camping spot?
I love it. I love it. I think we knocked this one out of the park.
Agreed.
This spot is great. We checked out a lot of them. There's a lot of great sites, but actually we like this one better than any of the other sites that we found in here.
I completely agree.
And that's why we're keeping this one a secret.
You did good.
That's what you do. When you do your research, you get on the website and you click each site there. It shows you the photos there on the Florida State Park website. And you have to go to every site available and look at the pictures and go, okay, I like that one. I don't like that one. Yeah, I like that one. That's the one for me. Reserve that one. Bam, that's what I did. Because it looked like it was nice and roomy. And look,
And
I was
it is
right.
nice and roomy.
Yep. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Saturday evening at the camp, cooking some fresh red snapper and drinking a cold beer.
Cheers. Trying to conserve a little bit of water, so we use the outside water.
Yeah, I usually, I reserve one of our little plastic tables here, and anytime I can, if it's right, I set up a little dish cleaning station outside here where we'll do our dishes out here, and I spray onto the bushes and the grasses and things like that for the water. And we try to do some of the stuff outside.
You look cute.
Thanks, babe. We're 7 minutes in of our cook, and I forgot one thing. I was gonna put a piece of applewood in there for a little bit of extra smokiness. So let's just go ahead and do it. Abby's gonna help me. I'm gonna pick the grate up, and then she's gonna drop it in, and you'll get to see the fish again. It is smelling absolutely dynamite.
It really is.
All right, are you ready?
Uh-huh.
You see that hot section right there?
I do.
I want you to kind of drop it right there. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Put that back on there.
That's
and
hot.
Let it keep on cooking. It is very hot. We're running a hot pit barrel though, because we're not doing low and slow. You know, you want some oven heat, 350 degrees or so to be able to cook this kind of stuff here.
I'm glad that you like to do this. Have I mentioned that to you lately?
You benefit from it,
I
definitely.
really
Huh?
do. I really do. And I'm making some delicious microwavable things inside.
I'm not complaining. Microwave veggies in those little steam pouches that was at the Bluebird.
Yeah.
Those things are delicious.
Yeah, they
and
are.
they're easy. So we usually buy a few bags, put it in the freezer, and Abby steams those right before we're ready to eat, and they work out great.
Yes, they do. My contribution is just unmatched.
And that's what everybody loves about you.
I contribute nothing. I do take the footage though.
You make a fantastic egg in the morning, I will say
Thanks,
that.
babe.
Oh yeah. I want to go ahead and flip the backbones, give them a little bit more even cook. Oh my God, it smells so good.
It does.
There we go. Yep. All right. Close it up. Let it cook a little more. We're smelling that apple wood in there coming out of it. It's going to give it a nice little layer of flavor in the meat there.
Yes, it will. Please tell me that it's time.
Let's do a little temp check. I'm going
All
to
right.
use our thermo pop. Oh, man, everything smells so good. So let's see what we got here. 170 degrees on that guy right there. That one's right there at it. Look at that. Pretty close. We're done. See, that's why I'm using a glove. Heat's coming up. It's hot. Let's check the rib bones. 170. And I'm sure the back bones, we can't even really check them. They're too thin.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna close that up. Let me regroup here, get everything ready. We're gonna pull this off the grill.
Wait.
Okay.
And you get to look at the ground for a second on the video.
All right, let's get these guys off. They should be ready to go. I really got to say that lemon herb seasoning from Fiesta is delicious, and it smells so good.
It does.
When it's grilling, you can just smell it all around the camp right here.
Yes.
It's so good. I'm glad we found that.
Me too.
It's just a delicious mix. All right, so get that off there, and then just got a little cutting board with our aluminum pan there to support the bottom. And I'm gonna put the little belly section down the bottom because this is more of A-bomb snacking right here. Same thing with our backbones. See, cooked in nicely. And here's our grilled fish. Even with the scales on, they stuck just a little bit.
This smells so good. Yep.
Okay. All right, there we go. I'm gonna put some foil on that just to kind of keep the heat in there. Abby's doing the veggies and the rice right now, and we're almost ready to eat our meal here. All right, there's our dinner. Abby's gonna taste it. That's always a good sign.
It's so good. It is so lemony just from the seasoning. You didn't put any lemon on it, did you?
It's the lemon herb seasoning.
I mean, it tastes like you squeezed lemon all over it.
Yeah,
It's
and I
awesome.
didn't do that, but it's got lemon zest in the seasoning.
Man, it's so good. It's so tender. It's perfectly cooked.
So we got a winner.
You have to try it. Just turn that off.
Let me point out Abby's hard work of the steamed vegetables and jasmine rice.
Obviously, this is really what makes the dinner.
All cooked right there in that machine right there.
I'll work on it.
I appreciate
so
her
good.
efforts in helping to finish out a meal. I'm not really a sides guy. I make a little bit here and there, but I just want to focus on the protein, which is our fish right there. By the way, there's our backbones and our belly section, which I'm just going to kind of save to snack on later this evening.
Seriously, take a bite of this. Just do it. Right?
That is delicious.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff right there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try it. So how's it pulling off the skin? Doing good?
Yes, perfectly.
So scales on, skin on, fish on the half shell basically. That way you can just fork the meat right off. Here, let's give it a try on mine. And that's what we're gonna do. Look at that. Look at that big fat piece of meat right there. Local red snapper.
Right? Your hand, you did what I do. Now you got to do the little shoulder wiggle.
It's good. No, that's you.
Okay. It's really good. Okay, guys, we're gonna just finish our meal.
We're gonna finish our meal, or we're gonna eat our meal. We're trying to get the Braves on.
They'll be on in just a second.
Because we want to watch the Braves game tonight.
Yes.
But this is our camp meal. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back to show you tomorrow's camp.
2 more awesome meals.
Chili
outside.
dogs and smoked shrimp tomorrow.
Yes.